Good afternoon, Paranerds. I hope your day is going absolutely splendid, and I welcome you back to the 31 Days of Halloween. And today we're going to be talking about a favorite movie of mine in my top 10, a movie that, when a certain scene happened when I was about 10 years old and I watched it, I'll, I don't want to get, I don't want to get to that right now. Actually, I want to let's talk about this movie a little bit first, and then we'll get to that. So, what movie am I talking about? Well, today I'm talking about
It lives 50 feet beneath the streets. It's 36 feet long. It weighs over 2,000 pounds. And it's about to break out.
You're looking at the one who saw it. And it was big.
You said it was dark. Now, perhaps you were mistaken. An alligator half that size would starve in a week.
He kept coming up with some garbage about alligators in the sewers.
Alligators in the sewers?
Once it escaped, there was no way to stop it.
The safety of the public is my job.
It could be anywhere.
There he is.
Ready to attack at any moment.
You know, I've seen what this animal can do. You'd better take all the help you can get.
Keep coming. At first, no one believed it. Now, no one will forget it. Alligator.
Alligator. Alligator is a creature feature made in 1980, directed by Peter Teague, who brought us films like Cujo, Cat's Eye, and does a great job directing a superb cast in this one. What is Alligator about? Well, after visiting an alligator farm, a family buys their daughter a baby alligator. One day, the father gets angry for some reason and he ends up flushing the gator down the toilet. Now we flash forward years later, and that gator ends up growing into a gigantic man-eating monster. Why does he grow into a gigantic man-eating monster? Well, because of corporate greed and laziness, scientists are doing these genetic hormone experiences. And instead of being incinerated by the man who's supposed to do it, he wants to cut corners by just throwing them down the sewer. So what happens? Our gators got to eat, right? He finds these corpses, and as we know, gators, they like, they don't eat fresh meat. They kill it and they let it sit for a while, so they eat dead meat. So it comes across these corpses of laboratory animals, hormone experiences, genetics, engineering kind of stuff. And it chows down. Tasty. And now we've got ourselves a giant gator. So what ends up happening? A detective named David, played brilliantly by Robert Forster. I love Robert Forster in this movie. May he rest in peace. I really wish I could have had a chance to meet him. I would have loved to have gotten his autograph on my DVD. Robert Forster is awesome in this movie. a fantastic actor, a very talented actor. He ends up working a case, taking him into the sewers where he comes face to face with the gigantic gator. Soon later, the gator becomes above ground, goes on a rampage, and horror ensues. This film is it's easily in my top 10. My favorite creatures, favorite feature. Apparently, that's a hard sentence to say. One of my favorite creature features of all time. One of my favorites. For creature features in my top 5. Probably number 1. Fantastic movie. I'm going to say fantastic again, apparently, just like Invaders from Mars about a billion times. I don't know why fantastic gets stuck in my head. Amazing movie. There we go. There's a new adjective. The use of real gators, practical effects, and an animatronic do a great job bringing Ramon. They call the gator Ramon. Well, behind the scenes, they call him Ramon. They never really... They kind of make a reference to it, because that's what the young girl ends up naming Ramon. And in a twist, oh, that's right, I forgot to mention this. In a twist, the young girl ends up being the scientist that helps Robert Forrester defeat the alligator. But she doesn't realize it's her alligator. It would have been cool to kind of like had her realize, like, oh, that's Ramon, my baby. And maybe like run up to it and try to pat it, and it just, oh, chomp. Oh, I thought that would have been cool, but that's just me. I'm a horror fan. What do you want from me? Anyways, real gators, practical effects, and a broken animatronic. I say broken, just like Jaws. They made a full-size animatronic. The damn thing never really worked. You see it in 3 scenes, I believe, but it looked great to me. I mean, you could kind of tell, animatronic, but it was done very well. Bravo to the special effects crew. You did a great job on this. It was great to me, like I said. John Sayles writes an awesome script that matches up with other films he's written screenplays for, like the original Piranha, The Howling, and The Challenge starring Scott Glenn. The Rampage Ramon goes on. It's fun and horrifying at the same time. And here's that scene I was telling you about when I was about 9 or 10. Especially the pool scene, which made me throw up when I was a kid. Now, of course, it's my favorite kill in a movie, right? When I was young, it made me throw up. Now, my favorite scene. One of my favorite scenes. I didn't like horror when I was younger. I started to like horror, but because of what happened, a little kid gets eaten. And I think because I was 10 years old and I hadn't really seen that in a horror film up till then, like, I never thought it could happen. Like, I didn't care about adults. You want an adult all day? You want a little kid? I think because I was a little kid, it affected me. Like, I threw up. I stopped the movie after that. I didn't want to finish it. And one day, finally, I said, you got to watch this movie. You're terrified of this movie, and it made you throw up. Let's watch it now. And of course, it's not that bad. It's really not bad. It's a great scene. Like, it really impacts the movie. You don't expect it. You really don't expect it. I mean, spoilers, obviously. Sorry, but it's a great scene in the movie, and it keeps the movie going, and it makes you want this fucking gator dead. But yeah, that scene got me when I was a kid. This, I think, is really cool. A little fun fact about this movie. I know I like how I go from sincere kid to like, oh, upbeat, woohoo! Shut up. Ramon, the oft malfunctioning that just happened. Ramon, the oft malfunctioning animatronic alligator used in the film, was later donated to the Florida Gators as a team mascot, and he made several appearances before games and during halftime. So this horror movie prop ended up being the Florida Gators mascot. Awesome. I really wish I could find. I'd love to find like some, like maybe some footage of that. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll look for that. If I'm able to find it, you'll see it pop up in the video. Okay. Oh, this is a great. Robert Forrester. He keeps. He improvised a bunch of jokes about his receding hairline, and John Sayles loved it. He thought it was great, so he wrote it into the script for other characters to mention it, and it brings some much needed comedy to the movie. Like there's a lot of tension and horror. Like the movie doesn't take itself too seriously, which is awesome. Like they realize we're a giant gator movie, but it's not a spoof or a parody at all. Like it's a serious. It is a serious movie, but it's got some great funny moments. Robert Forrester, like I said, his receding hairline jokes are great. It's so much fun. It's good. I can't. Let me finish the facts before we continue on. There's a shot of the SWAT team emerging from the sewers. It looked so real. People thought they were terrorists and called the police while they were filming. They had to shut down for a full day to get everything sorted out. Can you believe that's crazy, right? Bryan Cranston, that's right, Walter White, worked on this movie as a production assistant for special effects department. Bryan Cranston, Walter White, Breaking Brad. That's a whole, I'm sure that's like some probably porno parody or something of Breaking Bad. I'm sorry. Bryan Cranston, Walter White, Breaking Bad, worked as a production assistant for the special effects department for this movie, and he and Robert Forrester, according to like apparently it was a behind the scenes interview on Breaking Bad, they talked about Alligator and how much fun they had working on this movie. And that's one thing I loved about Robert Forrester. He wanted to do this film so bad. He was actually recovering from a case of spinal meningitis when principal filming began, but he didn't want producers to know because he thought he would be fired and the role would be recast, so he dealt with it. Like, can you believe that? Like, he wanted to work on his movie so bad. He read the script. He said it was so much fun. He really wanted to be this character. He really wanted to be in this movie. Like, spinal meningitis, it's not like an easy thing to get over. And to film while you're recovering from that, still in pain and all that. Like, bravo, Robert. Like, rest in peace, man. You were a fantastic, talented actor. And, like, your work ethic is amazing. Fucking great. There's a scene in the sewers where Robert Forrester and a rookie officer named Kelly, Kelly sneaks up on Forrester as a prank to scare him, and then the two look at a map, and at one moment he like puts his flashlight behind him, and up in the corner the fucking gator's right there. It's a great scene, and like the editing work makes it like, because you know obviously like they can't be together, it's two scenes meshed into one, but it's great. If I can find it, I'm gonna throw it up, because that scene, it gave me chills. Like, it was so awesome. Like just the simple, hey, you know, throw my flashlight, boom, giant gator. They don't see it. He's chilling out watching them like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Looks like a tasty snack down there. Yummy, yummy. This is supposed to be my alligator eye, by the way, even though it's like over here on them. I love this movie. It's a must see. I give it 4.5 ghosts out of 5. Robert Forster is great. The ad libs about his thinning air. So fucking funny. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It makes you laugh. It terrifies you when it needs to. Check it out. Wonderful movie. I cannot emphasize this enough. I think you can find the DVD. There is, as far as I know, there is no Blu-ray, and it's a shame because this movie deserves a Blu-ray release with all new special features and documentaries and stuff. Because it's a great film. It's a lot of fun. It's a must-see. Like, if you're a creature feature horror fan, this is an absolute must-see. And I beg of you, please watch it. Fantastic movie. So much fun. Watch it. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I know there will be some kind of shorter ones, and for that I apologize. Unfortunately, there wasn't much behind the scenes facts to talk about. There wasn't much like just truly interesting stuff. They're still good movies, but not a lot I could really go on and on about. So forgive me for that. Thank you so much for continuing to watch these movies. Your support means the world to me. And always remember, we truly live in a weird world. So go out and experience it.